Welcome to my film. All right. You want to do the introduction? I'm just going to finish this biscuit.
Hello everyone,
Hello.
I'm here with Monkey in the studio and we're going to give you a commentary of his latest film.
Can I tell you about him?
Of course you can, yes.
Steve. Very smelly neck. That man, very smelly neck.
Okay, so yes, this is Monkey's A Tale of Two Continents, which
Thank you very
I
much.
think you're the proud owner of on DVD. So Monkey,
Yep.
tell us about your film.
Well, here I am making a film about tea. Finally got here. You know, it's been a wonderful experience. It was a long shoot. It was hard work. Some days went on for up to 4 hours, but luckily we got there in the end. And I think you'll see that's really reflected in this shot here.
That is a beautiful shot. It really is a beautiful shot.
That's London, that bit.
Now, this first scene, Monkey, is absolutely stunning. Tell me, which part of China did you film this in?
China.
Any more specific?
China.
We're sitting in the shade
China.
of the camellia tree.
It was in China. So we went to...
Okay, China, okay.
Yep. And it's where tea started in China. So we went there.
I think what's wonderful for the viewers, Monkey, is to actually see the very first ever cup of tea being
I'm
made.
getting emotional. Is that wrong? I mean, I don't think it is, but I feel like I've got a tear in my eye because this is just so good.
It's just wonderful how you've brought
Look
this
at
to
that
life.
shot! Look at that shot!
Slung it in the flower bed
Magic.
and demanded a fresh
Oh, she was wonderful.
She
Alice.
was, yeah, Alice.
Yeah.
Was it?
Peckham, she's from.
Yes, from Peckham.
Nancy, that is
Thank
This
you.
is so moving.
Yes, I'm fine.
tea.
I'm really
was
sorry. I
born.
didn't think this would happen. I promise.
Biscuits, they came later.
Tea was
this-
born,
yeah,
biscuits they came later.
That's right.
Wow.
It was a very emotional scene, that. Because
So
tea-
where are we now, Monkey? Where are we now? This is,
We're in the Museum of China.
Result of Shennong's
and where was that, Monkey? In China?
That's why I
China. By China, by the way, I do actually mean West Acton, where they've got a Chinese museum. So that's where we were there.
It's stunning. It's a wonderful location.
China. Here we are. It's Carla. There she is, Carla. This was a great scene. This, you know, there was a chemistry here, Darren.
I really need to ask you, Monkey. I get asked a lot about this.
The bowl!
People know that you and I are friends, and yes,
Yeah,
the bowl. Did
yeah,
you really
yeah,
smash
yeah.
a 3,000-year-old bowl?
This is a survival.
In many ways, no, I didn't. In one crucial way, yes, I did. Now, the point is, if you look at this shot here very carefully, you'll see there is already a crack in the bowl. All right?
I can
That is
see it, I can
a
see
key
it.
plank of my legal case. See the chipping there? Do you see? There is chipping and a crack. So in many ways, the bowl was already broken. And she kicked me. And you
Okay,
can
well,
see
I-
where she knocked me as well.
I wish you the best of luck with
She
that
actually
court
kicked
case.
me. She kicked me underneath the stand.
It doesn't look like she does knock
No,
you.
she did.
No.
Yeah, she did. She did kick me.
Yeah,
But
she was very upset. Very upset.
well, you would be. You know, if you kicked a monkey, it's going to make you upset, isn't it? It's an upsetting thing to do. We're an endangered species, practically. You don't go kicking monkeys, do you?
That's a very good point. I never saw it from your angle. I never saw that. Never saw it from your point of
No,
view.
well, you wouldn't, would you?
Okay. So
That's tea there. That's a block of tea. Again, tea that's been there for millions of years, I think. Is it 2 million years old, that tea? I can't remember.
I think if I remember from the
million years
screen
old?
from the screenplay that I
Yeah.
read, I think it's 3,000 years old.
3,000. Wow, not as much as a million, but not far off.
No, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
I love that line, Monkey. That is my favourite line in the film.
I
No
made that
artificial
up.
sweeteners.
I made that up. It's based on a line in the script, but I made it up.
Yeah, it's very good.
The line in the script said artificial sweeteners, and I said not artificial sweeteners.
Wow.
I
wow.
often improvise, you know.
Do you?
Let me just turn the page. Yes, I do. Yes.
But what happened?
Now, this bit here is the sea, and I filmed this over. I think we were there for a week, weren't we? We went out to an island.
Were you in the Azores? I heard.
That's right, the Azores, and we spent a week out there, which was absolutely necessary, until we realised after the week that it didn't rain. So instead, we came back to the Thames estuary and filmed it there. But it was a good time in the Azores. This
But
bit
it looked
isn't
like
real.
it was raining.
Yes, that's because they got a flower pot plant waterer.
A watering can.
Watering can! Watering can! High five! Yes, we got a watering can, and we put that on my head in the end.
Sailors. As we headed north past somewhere,
Would you take your arm off my shoulder?
Sorry.
I realized
So the train, you're heading off on the train
The
now
train
on
at
this scene.
sea there in that shot, you can see it was very flooded that day. The weather had been awful, and we got on the train and we came through Watford, and we just kept going into the countryside. And before we knew it, as we approached, I think, Leamington, beautiful. Lovely weather, as you can see from that. So we had a lovely day in that train.
The sticky plasters, can I just ask, do you really fish sticky plasters?
No, Al does. Not me, Al. Doesn't do me.
Ah,
You're
fat, mate.
really important for us to know
Housemate, actually. We've bought.
how they're made.
oh yeah, on the property ladder.
Thank you,
Now the
Unilever.
football stadium. Which football stadium is this?
Oh, it's London FC, that one.
London FC.
Yeah.
You're a big football fan, are you?
Yes,
Kia?
yes. One of the people. I may be a monkey, but I'm one of the people. I love football, and I love it. And I love tennis and snooker. So.
Great. That's
Oh,
great. The next scene, Monkey, is pivotal within your story.
Yes, it goes a bit dark now, but every film has to have a dark point to come through. You know, look at Rain Man, Wimbledon. All those films have a moment you have to get through, and this is one of them. Oh, Anita, here she is. Anita there with an elephant's trunk, scratching her back.
Now, I've heard a rumour that she was terrified of elephants.
True story. She's scared of elephants.
That
She
scene.
is horrified during this whole scene.
Wow, wow.
But doesn't it come across well?
Yeah, I'm looking at her now. Let's just pause for a second and look at the fear in her eyes. Wow, she's terrified.
She is terrified, but she covers it up beautifully well. She was a lovely girl, Anita, and she did give me her number, which was embarrassing, but I've kept it.
The slurping scene is one of the funniest I've seen in the films for many years.
Thank you very much, because if you slurp when someone's speaking, it's funny. You know, it's just one of the golden rules of comedy. Fall over and slurp drink. Funny, funny, funny.
Very, very funny.
Well, PG Tips.
Now, were there any kind of crazy practical jokes on the set of the film?
Yes, there were.
Come on, tell me
Yes.
one story, just one.
Well, Anita...
She's not wearing
actually-
any shoes. I heard this. She's not wearing any shoes, is she?
No, she's not wearing any shoes.
And this is where Anita talks about the work that she's doing with PG Tips, which is very exciting.
She's helping people improve their lives, and I feel that's really important. But with her tea, you can really taste the hope.
And how does a plantation get a certificate?
Yeah.
I didn't come on this shoot because I hadn't had my injections, so I couldn't go over here. But it looks like it was a lovely day.
They have to have
Notice how they're getting the tips, and that's
2 tips and a bud, I think, Monkey.
Rivers need to be
Thus, they call it PG Tips.
PG Tips. There's a monkey.
Real ones?
Oh dear.
You're so funny in this scene, Monkey. She
you
could
very
barely contain herself.
I think if they were still alive, it would be Laurel, Hardy, and Monkey. That's how funny I am in this scene, don't you think?
Yes, at least that funny.
It's a great shot there. Lovely acting from the extra there in the background. Can you see her sipping her tea? There,
Oh.
there. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful.
I think every performance in this film, Monkey, is worthy of note. Every performance.
Yes, and some of them are even worthy of nominations.
Yeah, I
Don't you
do
think?
hear that.
Nominations?
I hear that. Oh, the kiss.
Oh dear. Oh, Mrs. Monkey would not be happy watching that.
I think that pretty much sums up the whole thing, Anita, don't you? PG Tips and Rainforest Alliance.
Look at the chemistry. You can almost see electricity
It's a
passing between us at this point.
It's an incredible screen kiss. I think it will go down in movie history, at least of the last.
My
6 months.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
home with the good news.
Back on the train. There we are. Now, this is a piece to camera, Darren. And what that means is I speak to the camera. Do you see how I'm doing it?
Yes.
I'm not acting now. The fourth wall has sort of been lifted, and I'm looking right through it at you.
It's almost like I'm sitting there with you. It really
That's
is.
the idea. That's the idea.
Brilliant. After what I've just heard.
Who are your inspirations from the film world, Monkey? Who do you look up to?
Olivier, Mike Lee, and Pete Waterman. I think Pete Waterman. He's made some wonderful. And of course, David Jason.
All big names. All big names.
A tale of two continents indeed.
There we are, back in the chopper. Stinky Steve there.
This is the final crescendo of the film, and I think,
Yes.
as a viewer, the first time I saw it in the cinema, I felt so uplifted and
You
so
knew you were on a journey.
so empowered.
You knew you were on a journey, and you didn't know what was going to happen next, did you? There was a sense of the twist, and then at the end, you know, just that big explosion. Took hours to do that. Absolutely hours.
Wow.
I think the message
Monkey.
is clear.
Monkey, I must say thank you.
Is it
We're-
over?
We're very nearly out of
I
time.
could keep going.
Please.
I could tell you a wonderful story.
I've got dinner, sorry,
Can
I
I?
must.